Hey guys, it's Wendy Lynn. Welcome to my kitchen. In today's video, I'm actually going to be testing out a website that I found, their version of mac and cheese. It's a plant-based vegan mac and cheese. So I'm going to explore this recipe with you guys today. Since I gave up dairy and cheese, I don't eat mac and cheese anymore, but I've kind of had a hankering for it lately. So I'm going to make this plant-based vegan mac and cheese. The recipe that I found is from a website that I've actually tried several of their other recipes. Everything turns out great, and it's loveandlemons.com. I'll put the link in the comments below for the website so you can check their recipes out. But this one is called Vegan Mac and Cheese. These are the ingredients that we use. We use I am reading from my recipe that they gave me, and this is the first time I've made this, so we'll see how it turns out together. But basically for the vegan cheese sauce, we use 3/4 cup peeled sweet potato, another 3/4 cup of peeled Yukon Gold potatoes, and we're gonna dice those up, peel and dice them, 2 garlic cloves, 1/4 cup of raw cashews, 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons nutritional yeast. This is the brand that I like, and I get it on Amazon. I'll also put the link for that in the description below. Super good stuff there. A 1/2 teaspoon sea salt. It does call for 1/2 teaspoon onion powder, but I am out of that, so I'm gonna omit that, so hopefully that won't mess it up too much. 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, and I'm actually going to use a truffle infused virgin olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, because I think that'll just be really good. And then a 1/4 cup of water, and then of course we're going to use some elbow macaroni. The recipe calls for small, but I like large elbow macaroni in my mac and cheese, so I'm opting for that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get the water boiling for my pasta. And while that's coming to a boil, I'm going to wash and then peel and dice up my potatoes. I've got my pasta cooked al dente, and I drained it and put it in a bowl. Now I've got my sweet potato and my Yukon Gold potatoes. I peeled and diced them, and I boiled in water to a simmer till they're fork tender, which they're right here. Now the recipe says to reserve some of the water in here. That way if we need to kind of loosen the cheese sauce up a little bit, or the, faux cheese sauce a little bit, I'll have that liquid reserved for that. So I'm gonna very carefully reserve that water. Super hot, so you got to be careful when you're doing that you don't burn yourself. Now I'm going to go ahead and drain the rest of the water from the potatoes. All right, now you can see what those look like. They're fork tender, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in my high-powered blender. I've got a Vitamix. Any high-powered blender will do, like, Ninja, Vitamix, something like that. I don't know if it would work with a regular blender. You definitely want to make sure you have a high power setting on that. All right, now we're going to just add the rest of these ingredients to my potato mixture. So I've got my 1/4 cup of raw cashews, as well as my garlic cloves minced. They're in here. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the mix. All right. Now we're going to do the 1/4 cup of the extra virgin olive oil. That's going to go in there as well. And it calls for 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I use the Bragg, the organic, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to want to give a good shake on that. Since it's raw, things kind of settle in that. But we're going to put 1 tablespoon of this in there. Okay, and now we're going to put 2 tablespoons of the nutritional yeast. I'm going to rinse this off real quick. Try that off. All right, so we'll get my nutritional yeast out. 2 tablespoons of this. And nutritional yeast, if you haven't used that before, it's a real good substitute if you want kind of like a cheesy flavor. So I found that, you know, if I want to make Parmesan cheese or something like that, obviously not with the cheese, I use the nutritional yeast because it's got a nice cheesy flavor. And we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. I'm just going to kind of guesstimate that. And then the recipe does not call for this, but I'm going to put a little bit of paprika in mine because I like that flavor, and I think it'll give it a nice little color there too. All right, and now I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of water. I'll just use a little bit of that. I'm going to kind of just estimate that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and blend up this sauce. See about the consistency of it. Well, it looks pretty cheesy to me. I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Oh, I'm pretty impressed. It actually looks like cheese sauce. This is going to be interesting. All right. I'm going to give it the old taste test before I mix it with my pasta. Get a little knife and see what this tastes in case I need to add any seasoning. Looks like cheese sauce to me. Okay, let's see here. Wow, impressive. I do want to add just a little bit more salt, and I think what I'm going to do is add a little bit of cayenne pepper to kind of kick it up a little bit. So a little more salt. I'm going to put probably about, I don't know, 1/2 teaspoon. I don't like bland food, so I like a little salt in mine, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to run to my pantry and get my cayenne pepper and put a dash of that in there. Got to have a little zip in there, right? I'm going to put about a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper in there. All right, give it another good little mix up here. All right, that looks good. Now I'm going to mix this sauce in with my pasta. All right, gonna pour this cheese sauce over my mac and cheese. Look at that, that looks amazing. Oh my goodness. Now I don't wanna waste any of this sauce, so I'm gonna use my spatula and just try to get as much of it out as I can. Okay, now I'm gonna put it in my baking dish, and I'm gonna finish it off with a little fresh pepper. And the recipe doesn't call for this, but I'm gonna put it in the oven on 350 for about 10 to 15 minutes just to give it kind of a nice mac and cheese bake feel to it. All right. Okay, a little bit of fresh cracked pepper on there. This looks amazing. Okay, so it's ready as is, but as I said, I'm gonna just finish it off in the oven on 350 for probably about 10 minutes, just to give a nice bake type of mac and cheese feel. Our mac and cheese is finished, and I want you to come in here. Kate, my son is videoing me. Look how delicious that looks. Oh, hey Robert, how's it going? Oh, you want to try?
Can I try some of that?
Yeah, you can try some of it. Okay.
Looks good.
Let's see here.
Oh, that's too much. Just a little bit.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, dang.
Just want to try a little bit. That's pretty good. Tastes like mac and cheese.
Well, good. That's the goal. All right. So
Thank you.
there you have it. Homemade plant-based mac and cheese. And, you know, you can make this pretty easy, as you saw from my video. And refer to that website where I got the recipe from, loveandlemons.com. I'll put that link in the description below, or the comments below. And I hope y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Wendy Lynn's Kitchen.